Today, all of us do not know where the waste that we throw out in the garbage bin outside our homes are going. They're going to dump yards. Who's living around the dump yards? Who's segregating that waste? In the olden days, we never wasted anything. Even if a shampoo bottle was over, we would put water in it, wash it till the last drop, use it. When we had an empty plastic bottle, it used to be reused for 100 things. Today, we're just jumping them. How many of us actually are following this and giving back to society? If in every town, every village, every municipality, if one person who's crossed 50 years says, my children have grown up and are independent, now I want to give back to my municipality, takes that area. Vishwa is there to show them the pathway, how to go about it. But today, we are in a grave situation. The so-called incinerators that we have across our country do not have 1300 degrees centigrade machines, because of which every fertilizer also that comes out of it, the composting also that comes out of it, has microplastics. We can't blame them. Every town has dumps of plastics which are just going into the climate, going into the streams. If this generation of Indians do not open their eyes and reverse the trend, the next generation's topsoil is going to be filled with microplastics. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to face and accept our children are going to be born with microplastics in their bodies, and we may not even look like humans a few years from now. That's the reality.
I'd like to now unmute Mr. Shmuel so that he can ask his question.
How Zero-Landfill can support improvement social well-being and resolution problem of poverty?
I'll explain that. Today, all of us do not know where the waste that we throw out in the garbage bin outside our homes are going. They're going to dump yards. Who's living around the dump yards? Who's segregating that waste? It is the social unprivileged. They are the first receivers of the impact that we're doing. We throw a glass bottle which is broken. We don't follow the basic thing that is needed because we're not aware. When a glass is broken, put it in a glass bottle and then throw. Because otherwise, when the person is touching, he cuts his fingers. We order food on Swiggy. We don't wash the plastic bottles, bags we dump. And then the person who opens it smells it and he just dumps it. So recyclable waste is going into the dump fill. Ganesh Chaturthi is coming. Carefully, we put all the idol, the flowers in a plastic box packet, and then we dump it in water. So all this is going to hit all of us and even the socially underprivileged. If Mr. Vajpayee could start the Golden Quadrilateral and make a difference to the country, if so many airports can be built to develop the country, why cannot every tank, pond, river where untreated sewage water is going have an STP plant? Why cannot even the localities of the underprivileged have segregatable boxes and picking up? The underprivileged are suffering because they do not have awareness, segregation, and building awareness among all levels of community, making it a way of life. We in India had a way of life. Our villages, towns, in the olden days, we never wasted anything. Even if a shampoo bottle was over, we would put water in it, wash it till the last drop, use it. When we had an empty plastic bottle, it used to be reused for 100 things. Today, we're just jumping them. The entire culture of India is aping the West. Previously in India, even the underprivileged had beautiful homes around them. Today, they're just dump yards. Awareness is the first step that needs to be brought in for this change for the underprivileged. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, of course. And I have more one short question. I want to ask you, what situation in India with recycling plastic waste?
We do have, as I already told you, that the government has already passed a rule that single-use plastics cannot be used. However, it is not being implemented.
Thank you very much.
No citizen level demand for its implementation. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to now unmute Mr. Himanshu Tilvankar for the next question.
Thank you. Actually, it's not a question. Basically, again, I'm a professional environmental engineer and from Indore only. I'm basically from Indore, presently in Gurgaon. So just wanted to give some 2 minutes about what Indore has done. So basically, it started with basically public participation. The most important thing which I feel is the public participation, public awareness, but how it comes. So basically, it came in Indore basically from the commitment made by the top leadership. That is most important, I think. The commissioner of the Indore Municipal Corporation, the collector of the Indore city, all the councillors, all the member of legislative assembly, MLAs, all the member of parliament, all this came together and then they have decided that yes, let us, with this commitment it started. Then they were actually these people contacted Resident Welfare Association, Office Association, then they contacted schools, colleges, and all institutes. And basically, they motivated all these people, basically. So it started with the commitment from the top leadership, and then public awareness was accordingly generated, and the people cooperated with that. So that was the basic reason. And then basically, at the moment we are doing segregation. Segregation is very important. So segregation of the waste is very important. And Indore is the only city which is segregating into, instead of 3, we are segregating into 6 components. That is the basic thing that we are doing. So first thing is dry waste, wet waste, hazardous waste, sanitary napkin waste, and recyclable waste. So many things that we are doing it into different component. Then it goes to the MRF facility. We are having one of the best MRF facility in India, that is robotic material recovery facility. That is called MRF. And from MRF, we are converting this dry waste. Wet waste is going to the compost plant, and also some of the wet waste which can be converted into CNG, bio-CNG. We have a bio-CNG plant also. So all the food waste is going to the bio-CNG plant and converting it into gas, and that gas is running the public transport in Indore. 20 city buses are running on this waste only. And secondly, this dry waste. Dry waste is going to one of the most modern MRF, material recovery facility, and we are converting into 20 components. Like each and every component is separated. Like rubber is separated, plastic is separated, leather is separated, textile is separated, tin is separated, glass is separated. So many things are separated and each and everything is sellable. They have got very good rack picker. They have formed an association and they have involved all the rack pickers, which were unofficially in. So they have involved it officially. The Indore has involved the city who has involved every rack picker, and they are now all municipal corporation employees. So like that involvement of each and everybody, NGOs were involved, everybody was involved. And then finally, the landfill, which was there since last 20 years, completely it was biomined. And now you can see that there is no landfill, zero landfill is there. And everything has been converted into a beautiful garden. That is completely all that has been, whatever the waste was lying since decades together, has been converted into various waste to wealth, basically. Converted into, say, RDF. RDF is basically a sort of fuel that is burnt by a cement plant. Now that is being taken by cement plant. Even for road making, it is being used. And for landfilling, for this low-lying areas filling also, it has been used. So many things it has been done. And then it has become a sort of zero waste city, you can say. So that's what I wanted to say. And being a professional environmental engineer, I definitely would like to help you people also being. So whatever help, and I'm preparing 3 master plans also for 3 cities in this Tamil Nadu. One is Tambaram, Kanchipuram, and Avadi. 3 master plans I'm preparing for 3 cities to how to make it zero waste in 25 years. So if you need any type of help, I will be very happy to help you out.
Sir,
thank you.
Could you introduce yourself a little bit?
I'm Himanshu Tilvankar. Basically, I'm environmental engineer from IIT Kharagpur. I have done my MTech, and then civil engineering I have done from Indore only. And I was with Pollution Control Board also, Madhya Pradesh Pollution Control Board. But presently, after taking my voluntary retirement from Pollution Control Board, I'm doing my own consultancy. I'm involved with number of corporate groups to whom I am providing environmental consultancy. And I am also involved with one of the leading environmental consultant, that is Void Solutions in Gurgaon, and plus number of corporate I am providing the consultancy. So
Sure.
whatever help you need from me, I'll be very happy, because I like to help the people who are really very much interested in doing something for the social cause.
Sure.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for your volunteering to help us, our organization, to work better.
Thank you.
I'd like to now unmute Ms. Rupal Zalavadia.
मैं पुणे से बोल रही हूँ। मैं
नमस्ते।
सिर्फ यही बस अपने मन से हिसाब से कुछ काम करती हूँ कि अपने एरिया में मैं कितना अवेयरनेस ला सकूं। तो उसके लिए मैं हर एक शॉप और ग्रोसरी शॉप में सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक के लिए अवेयरनेस करती हूँ। बच्चों को इकट्ठा कर ड्राइंग्स बनाती हूँ हम रोड पे और फिर हमने ऐसे एक स्टिकर्स बनाए थे, इफ यू कैन सी, ब्रिंग योर ओवन बैग। तो हम हर एक दुकान में जाके ग्रोसरी शॉप जो पेटीएम के स्कैनर मशीन है उस पे ये लगा के उसको अवेयरनेस करने की कोशिश करके कि आप कम से कम उसको दो, जो बैग लाए हैं एटलीस्ट उनको सामने से मत दो। और पब्लिकली बच्चों के साथ रोड पे निकलते हैं जब भी संडे सैटरडे ग्रोसरी वाले जब भी, और पब्लिक जिसके भी हाथ में अगर क्लॉथ बैग है तो हमें उनको थैंक यू बोलते हैं, और जिसके पास प्लास्टिक बैग है उनको हमने स्टिकर छपवाए हैं, जैसे डोर टू स्टिकर होटल्स में रहते हैं वैसे ही, जो एक साइड लिखा है आवर प्लेनेट विल थैंक यू इफ यू कैरी योर क्लॉथ बैग, और सेकंड टाइम लिखा है कैरी योर वाटर बॉटल विथ अ प्राइड। तो आप कहीं पे जाओ आप बिना संकोच से अपना बोतल लेके जाओ। तो ये हम डोटेक पब्लिकली कोई भी कंपनीज को देते हैं ताकि ये एक रिमाइंडर टैग हो जाए जो अपने मेन डोर के या कीबोर्ड पे ही मैं लटकाऊंगी तो मुझे याद रहेगा घर से बाहर निकलते समय। और ऐसे ही हमने स्टिकर सोशल अवेयरनेस प्रोमिस लिया है। हमारी काफी सारी सोसाइटी में हमने प्लास्टिक वेस्ट सेग्रीगेशन कैंपेन जो अभी मैं 5 से 7 सोसाइटी में कर रही हूँ, वहां से पिकअप होके रिसाइकल प्रोसेस तक कैसे पहुंचाए उसके लिए अलग अलग कंपनीज को फाइंड आउट करके प्रोसीजर हम स्टार्ट करते हैं। लेकिन उसमें एक मेन प्रॉब्लम ये आता है कि वो वंस इन 2 मंथ या वंस इन अ मंथ आते हैं कलेक्ट करने के लिए। तो इतना सारा कलेक्शन हम घर पे देखा जाए ना तो 70 to 80% हमारे पास प्लास्टिक वेस्ट जो पीडीएफ बनाया है जो प्रॉपर उसका क्लीनिंग कैसे करके आप सेपरेट रख सको। लेकिन वो चीज मेन सबको एवरी वीक चाहिए कि एवरी वीक जाए, हमें घर पे 1 महीने तक संभालना नहीं है। तो लेट्स सी अब मैं क्या कर सकूं उसके लिए। लेकिन अगर मुझे ऐसे कुछ एक्सपर्ट्स के रिव्यू और एक्सपर्ट बहुत अच्छा है, मैं अपने कार्य में अपने एरिया में करने के लिए फुली कमिटेड।
यस, तो विश्व सपोर्ट कर सकती है। मैं राधिका से कनेक्ट करूंगी। आप अपार्टमेंट्स में इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकते हैं।
यस यस,
सो
पूरे एरिया में मैं हर एक बिल्डिंग में जाके जहां पर भी मेरी फ्रेंड्स है उसकी हर एक एमसी मेंबर को मिलके मैं अवेयरनेस
हम जो मेथड फॉलो कर रहे हैं आपसे शेयर करेंगे। देखिए अगर यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट इट इन पुणे।
यस, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much for joining in, ma'am. Oh, yes. Ruchi, ma'am, I'm just going to unmute you.
I have a very simple question, very beginning question. I've just gotten a little bit aware about the plastic usage and everything and all the information around it. So in my society, I've been trying to tell them I'm living in Visakhapatnam right now. So I'm trying to tell them they're all sending segregated waste from our society to an incineration plant. So I've been trying to tell them that segregate it, like take responsibility, segregate it at source. So I've been putting off the group many times, and I can do my own composting. But the thing is, I would prefer that if it's a community-based composting. So we have a lot of space also in our community. So I want, how can I approach? Is there an organization like Wishwa who's there in Vizag? Who can I contact? I'm sort of like, there's a hurdle.
How many apartments are there in your building?
There are 18 here, 18 into 3.
What's the name of your?
It's a naval coastal battery. It's a Nofra naval coastal battery. It's a navy.
So we'll have a one-on-one session with Radhika and me, and we'll tell you what is the process we are following, and see if it'll work for you to implement it there. Though we'll share with you the process.
Please, because I need to know how to start this. So I've been telling them on my own way. I have an environmental scientist friend. Whatever she says, I put that on the group, but I'm not getting any interest, any answers.
We'll see how to support you in doing what we are doing here.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Ruchi, ma'am.
Yes.
I'd like to ask one question from Mr. Rana Pratap Reddy. Can we contact the local municipality and manage the textile waste by suing them into vegetables or handbags, which can reduce the use of plastic and can empower the local people?
Yes, there are people who are doing that. You can reach out. You should reach out to the source of the textile. You should have a bank where, tailors and all can drop their excess cloth materials, advertise it in your Instagram page, and reach out to major manufacturers who have textile waste, and then have a small unit which actually stitches them.
Thank you for the reply, ma'am.
There is a collector somewhere in the north who's actually doing this. Probably you can check on the internet. Yeah.
Sure. I'm going to unmute Miss Khushbu.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. We are Ahmedabad-based school and we have started an initiative of reducing the waste of tissue paper, though we have stopped using in the school canteen, and then we are promoting how then they cannot use tissue papers in their daily life also. So I just want few other thing is we are trying to do that recyclable plastic wrappers. We are teaching them how they can clean and then they can send it to the recycle centers. So I just want more information or some guidance where I can show them in an interesting way how to reduce the use or how they can try some alternatives. So if there is any organization working in Ahmedabad who can come to our school and explain them how they are working or maybe some kind of guidance.
Khushbu, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Myself is Khushbu Pandey. I am working as a teacher in JG International School in Ahmedabad. I'm a social science teacher as a part of our environmental and natural resources. We have started in a deeper way where we can reduce, recycle the waste and how can we work on it for the future generations.
So Vishwa is working with some schools in Hyderabad. We can show you the methodology we are using, perhaps in your school. Trishant, is there
thank you.
you want to add to that?
Thank you so much.
Essentially, I'll try to connect her with Vishwa Zero Hyderabad team, and maybe they can share the data and help each other out to take a module in Ahmedabad. If I can, I will try and visit Ahmedabad as I live in Vadodara, so I can help out with the module. There's a question from Mr. Rajesh Kumar. Ma'am, what do you think is the future of Indian cities in terms of SWMS, solid waste management systems?
So we are in a very dangerous situation. The municipalities, the municipal commissioners don't last in any location for more than 2 years. Any problem should first be identified. We're not doing data transparency. We need transparency first. Once you understand the problem, you can address the problem. Problem is people in authority and accountability don't even know what the problem is and by the time they know what the problem is, they're shifted. And citizens are so busy with their own livelihoods. Nobody has the time to step back and say, okay, how can I make a difference? There was a time in India where we had the 4 stages of life. The first stage be a student, second stage be a family man, third stage give back to society. Today, how many of us actually are following this and giving back to society? If in every town, every village, every municipality, if one person who's crossed 50 years says, my children have grown up and are independent, now I want to give back to my municipality, takes that area. Vishwa is there to show them the pathway, how to go about it. But today, we are in a grave situation. The so-called incinerators that we have across our country do not have 1300 degrees centigrade machines, because of which every fertilizer also that comes out of it, the composting also that comes out of it has microplastics. We can't blame them. Every town has dumps of plastics, which are just going into the climate, going into the streams. If this generation of Indians do not open their eyes and reverse the trend, the next generation's topsoil is going to be filled with microplastics. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to face and accept our children are going to be born with microplastics in their bodies, and we may not even look like humans a few years from now. That's the reality. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I have one question before I move on to while I scout the questions in the chat box. So there are mega corporations that produce chips like potato wafers and say cold drink bottles and toothpaste or anything like boxes and plastic based. Should we have more accountability from such mega corporations, or government should put certain kind of pressure over these corporations to manage their byproducts, like post-product consumption waste that is generated? Because essentially these corporations have the power to change the material of their packaging material of their products, but are refraining to do so because of the cost effectiveness. So how can we get these megacorps to be more accountable for the waste that is being generated?
We strengthening our leadership to withstand this lobby. Who are these manufacturers? Who owns these major corporations? Are they owned by Indians? Do we support our leadership to take strong actions? Do we understand it? Do citizens understand that? In fact, Trishant, perhaps you should have a talk only on plastics, the various kinds of plastics that are actually being manufactured, and first create awareness on that in the society. And how much plastics is actually recyclable? Only your drinking water bottles and probably 3 other varieties. 77% of the other plastics is only going into landfills. Do an entire talk on that.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, there's a question from Mr. Nikhil. Hi, ma'am. I'm Nikhil from Hyderabad. I'm looking to put up a plant for MSW to reduce carbon emissions in the city. Kindly share your feedback on this issue, please.
There is talk given by carbon heroes who function in Bangalore. If you want, we can connect you to them. You can see how they're working, what is their factory, their methodology, and put a functional, practical company which can actually make a difference.
Himanshu sir has also mentioned in the chat box that he'd like to answer to the question that I asked.
Sure.
May I?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, sir. I prompted you to unmute yourself. I can't hear you.
Regarding that, the question which you have asked regarding the packaging waste that is being generated by this number of multinational companies and this, actually there is already a mechanism called EPR mechanism, that is called Extended Producer Responsibility Mechanism, which is already been notified by Government of India under the plastic waste management rules. So as per this, whatever the waste you are producing as a packaging waste, so that is the responsibility of the brand owner itself, whoever is producing. Suppose Uncle Chips is producing, or Parle is producing, or Hindustan Lever Surf is producing, then it will be the responsibility of that person as per the rules to collect that waste. They may not be collecting, but they have to engage the persons, and they will be collecting that waste, and that will be properly transported. That transported waste will go to the recycling plant, and that recycling will be done, and it will be converted into various plastic other products, granules, or maybe the furnitures or tiles, or so many things are being produced nowadays by plastic. Even t-shirt is being produced. So this is the mechanism. And now these all multinational companies, initially when the new rule came in 2016, plastic waste management rules, that time they were not doing. So they have been fined environmental compensation of the tune of few crores. So after that, they are very serious. And now I think all these big companies which you are naming, Coca-Cola or everything, they are doing nearly 100%, or I am very sure they must be doing 100% of the whatever the plastic waste that is being generated. They have engaged there are plastic waste recyclers, and this PROs are there. I am also advisor to number of PROs and recyclers. I am advisor to one of the biggest plastic waste recycler in India, Shakti Plastic Industries, Mumbai. So we are collecting more than about 1,50,000 tons of plastic waste is being collected, and we are recycling 1,50,000 tons from these brand owners only. So all this Coca-Cola and Nestle, Dabur, everybody is giving their waste, and we are actually collecting their waste with the help of municipal corporation, with the help of NGOs, with the rag pickers. And ultimately, we have a plant in Indore, and we have a plant in Mumbai, Vadodara, 3-4 places where we are completely recycling all the waste. So I'm doing a lot of work on the plastic waste management. So if you want, we can definitely, even I can give a talk on the plastic waste complete.
Definitely we'll have a talk. I have a question. How many kinds of plastics are there that are getting manufactured?
Basically, plastic is 6 categories. One is HDP, LDP, PP, PVC. These are the main things which are actually big. And as per the Government of India plastic waste management rules, they have categorized into 4 categories. First category is the rigid plastic, that is HDP, LDP, like shampoo bottles and other thing. Second plastic is the flexible plastic, that is category number 2. that is like milk pouches, that is flexible plastic. Third is multi-layer plastic. Multi-layer means actually they are having number of layers. Suppose for protecting the food, just plastic is not enough. So in that case, they are putting some nylon layers, they are putting some metallic layers, so that even moisture content within, suppose chips we are producing. So chips is packed in multi-layer packaging. It cannot be packed in plastic packaging itself. So that is called third category, multi-layer plastic. And fourth category is the biodegradable plastic. Now CPCB has allowed the fourth type of plastic also, which can be made up of the starch or some. So that is fourth category. So as per the plastic waste rules, it is categorized into 4 parts. Otherwise, technically, it is divided into 6 or 7 parts: HDP, LDP, PVC, PP, styrofoam, all ABB. These are all various types of.
Out of these 7 kinds of plastics, which are recyclable?
Maybe four are recyclable.
Okay. How much quantity is actually coming out of these 7, and how much is going to recycling? How much is getting into the atmosphere or land dumps?
Nowadays, actually, as per if you see the CPCB website, each and every data is given on the CPCB portal. If there is a EPR portal. So if you see, I think it is nearly 40% of the plastic waste is being recycled, because now a lot of environmental compensation and penalty has been imposed on these brand owners. So now they are very serious. And I am of the opinion that nearly 40% of the plastic is being recycled. And some is definitely going into this. And even 10 to 20% is going to waste to energy plant also, because there are some plastic which is contaminated. So what they do, that it is very difficult to recycle that contaminated plastics. In that case, what they do, they take it to the waste to energy plants. There are very few waste to energy plants in India. Mostly they are located in Delhi only, or some other cities also. Jaipur is also there. But that contaminated plastic is going to either cement plants or waste to energy plants.
We should definitely do a more detailed talk on this, sir.
Yes, yes.
I will connect with you, Himanshu sir, to do a talk in the future. And I've shared the cpcb.nic.in website for anybody who wants to check out the details about their own city's solid waste management and pollution control. Thank you so much for joining us, Himanshu sir.